for his law. Georgia Republican Congressman and physician Paul Broun has seen enough, and he's had enough of this, and he joins us now. Doctor, Congressman, what a pleasure. Welcome here.
Judge, great being back with you. It's good to see you.
Thank you. You heard my interview with Neil Bort. So is it anybody but Obama, or is it someone who stands for fiscal conservatism, small government values, government out of your face?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. Just as Neil Bortz, my good friend, said, if Ron Paul does surge in New Hampshire, it's going to change the dynamics. If Rick Santorum or John Huntsman comes up a lot higher, that will change a lot of things, I think, in Florida as well as in South Carolina. I don't know, but I'll tell you what I really believe. I think we're going to have an opportunity for Congress to reassert its power under the Constitution. As you and I have talked before, I believe in the Constitution as our founding fathers meant it to be. I'm an original intent constitutionalist. Carry a copy in my pocket. The Congress is supposed to be the strongest branch of the federal government, and it has not been. Wow, we've abdicated a lot of our duties over to the judiciary as well as to the presidency, and hopefully that Congress can take the bull by the horns and we can start reasserting ourselves, and we can repeal Obamacare. The thing is, if Obamacare is not repealed and replaced with something like my Patient Option Act, right, which is totally constitutional.
You're speaking now as a physician as well as a member of Congress.
Right. My Patient Option Act is totally constitutional according to the original intent. Plus, what it does is it empowers the patients to make decisions with their physicians, and it's a market-based approach. And if Obama's still in office, Obamacare is going to destroy America.
Congressman Broun, is there any dispute, any doubt in your mind that the people are entitled to a government that stays within the confines of the Constitution?
Absolutely. In fact, Article 1, Section 8 enumerates or lists the powers that we have, things that we should be voting on. It's only 18
You know that of those 7 Republicans seeking the presidential nomination, only one of them agrees with you on that, and you know who that is.
Well, he is a good friend of mine. In fact, I know all of the people who are running, except for John Huntsman right now.
All right. The one of whom we speak, of course, is Congressman Paul.
Ron Paul.
Have you endorsed any of the Republican? I know there's not a primary in Georgia, or if there is, it's not soon. Have you endorsed any of them, and do you plan to endorse any?
I have not endorsed a candidate. In fact, in the last election cycle, my favorite candidate was a congressman from California that nobody heard about. His name was Duncan Hunter. Duncan Hunter was what I consider to be the ideal candidate, and if we had President Hunter today, we'd be in a whole lot better shape than we are today.
If we had President Romney today, he believes the president can kill Americans. He believes the president can start a war on his own. He believes in TARP and stimulus, and he believes that the government should have a central role in the delivery of health care. Can you vote for that?
Well, I'll vote for him if he's our nominee. I hope that there's somebody who has a better, more constitutional position. But the problem is, Judge, that these guys don't understand the Constitution. There are very few of us in Congress today. There are more with this last election.
Right.
In fact, with the freshman class we have in the House, we've got a whole lot more freshmen who believe in the Constitution as you and I do.
All right,
we've got to get more and more, and I encourage people to read the document and read what our founding fathers said about it.
Last question.
Yes, sir.
Because I know that health care is so important to you and to so many of your constituents. Are there any Democrats that have changed their minds since Obamacare became the law of the land? Stated differently, if there were a vote today, would it pass?
I don't know. I hope not. It was interesting. Before Obamacare passed, I was contacting Democrats and asking them to support a bill that would do 4 things: cross-state line purchases of insurance, association pools, state high-risk pools, and 100% tax deductibility for all health care expenses.
Well, the big government types would never go for that.
Well, I had Democrat after Democrat say, Paul, this makes more sense than what we're doing here, but I can't do it because Nancy Pelosi would punish me if I did it.
All right. We'll talk about Nancy Pelosi and her punishments next time. Dr. Congressman Paul Broun, what a pleasure. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Judge.